So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to walk you through finding a geologic map. The first thing I want to do is pick a house. And I found this one. I just need an address to work with here. I picked this house because this is actually the house from the Amityville Horror, if you're old enough to remember that. It's not currently for sale, but at least it's an address for me. So you can see here it is. It's in Amityville, New York, and I can pull up my little map here so I get a good idea of where it is. We're going to have to work at this. You can see it's in Long Island, way down here. So I'm going to leave it right here. I'm going to have to probably zoom in here in a second. I'm going to go. Here's the link that I gave you that I said is a good place to start. This is the National Geologic Map Database. If you have Flash, you can use the map view. It's a little messy, and I actually have a lot of trouble getting Flash to open. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the map catalog over here. That's the one I have found kind of the easiest. So through here, you can pick some themes, like if you want bedrock or superficial. If you're looking for specific stuff, you can pick these. The hazards are going to come in really handy for you later on, because this isn't just looking at geologic maps, period. It's looking for sort of any geology related maps. So the hazards are actually really, really handy. And so what I'm going to need to do is here in the map, I'm going to zoom in up here to Long Island. I wish there was a better way to do it. It's kind of messy. All right, so we're going to zoom in here. We should be getting pretty close to where Amityville is. Massapequa was in my picture. Let's go back and look again. If I kind of go in there, oh, there you go. So Amityville is between there and Babylon. I honestly have never been up here to this particular part, so I have no idea what's here. All right, so I'm going to come in here. So it looks like it's going to be in here somewhere is where we're going. Oop, there you go. There's Amityville. So it's right in here is where our map is, where we're looking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this button that says use the map area. That's really important here for us. So it tells me in this area there are 137 publications. I'm going to go ahead and hit the search button, and it's going to pull them all down. Now this is based on the scale. Obviously the 1 to 24,000 is going to be kind of the zoomed in. That's a great word there to use, but all the rest of them are going to be zoom out a little bit more, and you can see there's a lot of different maps. So here's a geologic map of the whole state of New York. I think that might be a little bit too big because we want to kind of focus in a little bit more than the whole state. So I'm going to come up here because I saw a link that said the geology of Long Island. Although that's 1914, so that was kind of a long time ago, so that may not be a good idea. Maybe we can look at this one, because this one says it's the geology and groundwater conditions in southern Nassau and southeastern Queens counties. Sometimes it helps if you find your county names. Sometimes that helps. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Oh, there's a plate there. Well, that doesn't look too bad. Let's see what we got. So you got lots of choices here. There's a lot you can open. If you're good with Google Earth, you can open a KMZ. That should overlay it. I'm just going to see if we can open this PDF up here. I'm just guessing. I have no idea what these look like. I'm walking you through my thought processes through here. So you can see down here, it is loading. These are pretty big files, so you got to be kind of patient. So hopefully we'll get this in a second. Here it comes. Here it comes. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. There it is. So yeah, and you can find, if we look around, let's see, South Oyster Bay. We may be a little bit too far to the east, but you can see QSM. There's a lot of salt marsh, and up here you got a lot of QO, which is outwash. Well, that's a lot of fun, but then again, I know what that means. Long Island was actually a glacial moraine, so it makes sense that a lot of this is like gravels and stuff is what it it makes sense at. It looks like there's groundwater information here too, which is pretty nice for when we're looking for those. Let's see. I'm going to come back here to where my map was. South Oyster Bay. South Oyster Bay. Oh, here's Amityville. So yeah, it looks like we are right over here on this outwash. So yeah, so it looks like this wasn't a very exciting kind of place to look, but I did find exactly where my house is on a geologic map that tells me a lot of stuff. So if we want to zoom in just a little bit more, we can read the description over here. So recent alluvium along stream channels, medium to coarse grained sand and gravel, deposited by glacial meltwater, highly permeable. Like I said, that's going to be kind of important later. But it looks like that's all pretty loose stuff to be building on over here. And so that may be something we need to think about as we move forward. But also it looks like it's probably going to be pretty low in elevation, just in case. All right, so and to do that, I could either save this and download this file, or just off the screen where you can't see it, I can grab, I can come back over here and I can grab the link for that to turn in for my assignment. And this one is kind of nice because if you remember, there were other choices here. So maybe I want to grab some stuff just in case for later. And so maybe I click on and open up a few more of these, which is pretty nice, right? So anyway, there you go. Hopefully that helped you a little bit.